Oh yeah, boy. What's going on, GameLeap? This is the Jizz or Code Cheeks, and in today's upload, we're going to be talking about a bit of a revelation, mate, because Riot have actually announced a couple of big things in regards to solo queue and the rank system in their gameplay thoughts. So we're going to reveal to you what the massive changes are that Riot are thinking of implementing to the game, and these will affect all of us, especially those of you who are boosting your ego. So if you want to see more of these update videos where we bring you what the Riot devs are thinking of putting into the game, make sure you leave a like down below, and also make sure, if you haven't already, to check out the GameLeap website linked in the description and comment section, because our challenger players and coaches from around the world upload up to 20 videos a week. They're original, they're fresh, they're not just taken from YouTube and uploaded to our website. This is the OG content that thousands of our subscribers are getting exclusive access to, so join the club by signing up. So use those links down below, and let's get into and reveal what Riot are going to do in regards to the rank system. So what we're first going to do is look at the goals here that Riot set out every season. And there are 3 of these, and the first one, competitive integrity. So players have an even playing field in their competitive matches. The next one, progression opportunities. Players have meaningful goals to reach for. And number 3, team or organized play. Players are aware of and can participate in opportunities to play with others of similar intent and skill. So essentially, the underlying goal here is to make sure the ranked is as fair as it can be. So players are in games with players of similar skill, so hopefully less games will just be decided in champ select and based on the difference of the caliber of players you have compared to the other team. As the devs say here, the solo duo queue is all about creating a competitive environment to prove your mastery of League at the individual level, while Clash is there to test your mettle as a team. Both experiences have their strengths and weaknesses, but are generally going in the direction we've been targeting. But are they really? That's the question. So those are Riot's goals in terms of the ranked solo duo queue environment, but let's move a little bit further on and talk about some of the key points Riot make in terms of their ranked queue health and the pre-made problem. So as we can see here, from a high-level viewpoint, solo duo queue is currently in one of the healthiest states we've ever seen. Autofill is at its lowest ever global rate, hovering between 0.5% and 3% of player games. I swear this is so much higher in smaller regions like OCE for example, but still globally the stats don't lie. Now if we continue, queue times are at a 2-year low in many large regions and hovering firm in our small regions. Lastly, MMR accuracy is strong, where 99% of players are playing with those within a maximum of 2 divisions of their rank, with a steady win prediction accuracy to back it up. Now once again, in major regions like EU West, NA, Korea, you guys are not going to run into the issue where you have a high platinum player against maybe a silver 1 player. This really happens in smaller regions, but this still can happen in the bigger regions sometimes. So if I can address this and make this 100%, I'd be all for it. But that said, we do see issues with solo duo queue that consistently point to our accommodation of pre-made duos. This directly adds quality and population volatility into the matchmaking mix, so it causes games with duos of imbalanced MMR to impact our autofill secondary roll rates, queue times, and most importantly, game quality metrics. So what it really does, the duo queue part of it, is it unbalances a system that's meant to be for the individual, and we will see later on in this document that that is exactly what Riot want to address. Now on the flip side, they continue, we've started to see a significant decline in the health of ranked flex queue, where queue times 7 minutes on average for 3-person parties, and match quality 2 to 4 division discrepancies between teams have diverged significantly. The ironic thing here though is that the total population in ranked flex remains healthy, but the pre-made distribution and makeup of that population has shifted to a point where it's difficult to make matches at a quality bar we'd like. So in both queues here, ranked solo and duo, and also ranked flex, Riot are trying to improve the quality of the games. And funnily enough, by addressing the duo queue problem, they would also address the queue time problem as well, because for the most part, some queue times, especially if you're playing in higher elos, can be incredibly long, like up to an hour or 2 hours in some extreme cases. So this all sounds great. Now to put it simply, this is later on in the document, our inability to match pre-mades in a compatible way is a detriment to the system that doesn't have a path to get back to being healthy without significant change. And this significant change we're about to get into. So in the past when we saw this, we attempted to resolve these issues by merging both queues together dynamically. So with learnings from dynamic queue, which we won't be revisiting, and a deeper understanding of player intent now, we know that's not going to work. So what do? Well, this is what Riot have in store. So if we continue in this document that Riot released, if we go a little bit further here, it says what we're investigating, and then there's something in bold: solo only mode. So in other words, no duo queue. And Riot Riot elaborate by saying, in order to match player intent and provide the healthiest competitive individual queue possible, we're reevaluating our take on solo duo and exploring a world where solo players play in solo queue and pre-mates, so that's 2 players or more, play in ranked flex or organized fires modes, like Clash. So what Riot expect to get from a solo-only queue system, well, they expect an even further decrease in auto-fill and secondary rates. They expect queue times to decrease, which is great because no one likes waiting in queue for 10 minutes. They also expect win rate advantages due to team disparities would vanish completely, which sounds awesome, so there's a more even playing field. Boosting would be eradicated, because if we think about it, there is such thing as duo queue boosting, and it's not really healthy for the game when someone in Challenger, let's say, is boosting a Platinum Eagle to high elo. And lastly, the devs expect that between team and within team MMR for 99% of players, this would be within one division's rank of each other during peak hours. This is awesome, especially for smaller regions like OC, where I play, and God help that region, because there are games where you have like a Master mid against a Platinum 1 mid, and that's nothing against the Platinum 1 player, that's just how the game is at the moment, and it's like the game is decided before it's even begun. So this solo-only queue change actually sounds legit. I think it would do wonders for the rank system, and remember, this is all playing towards the idea of making it for the individual. And let's be real, I think most people's experiences with toxicity in the game come from people who are duo queuing, whether they're smurfing together and just being toxic to the lower ranks, or if they're just 2 players in that rank, but they're just giga toxic. They think they're a lot better than they are, and they'll run it down after one mistake. So what do you guys think of this potential change? And remember, this is potential. This isn't locked in. Riot are just investigating this, so this might happen later in the season. It might even happen in season 13. We don't exactly know yet, but it does sound like a great remedy to the major problems in solo queue at the moment. But also, this will have an effect on rank flex queue as well, because there will be more duo queues in that queue. So Riot expect that this would lead to an increase in queue population. Awesome, so hopefully more games and less queue times. Also, drastic improvements to match quality, because you'll have more players, you won't have a bigger disparity in terms of ranks. Also, there will be a significant decrease in queue times for parties of 3, because when you are queuing up as a party of 3, there aren't many duo parties around because they'll be playing ranked solo duo. So once again, this means you'll be playing more games, which is awesome, and they also expect this to lead to an increase in overall match quality and competitiveness because of the player population in flex, and also an increased opportunity for group organized play, exactly the same thing. So it seems like both queues would really benefit here, and Riot pretty much capped this off by saying, we absolutely want to be confident that our duo population, which is fairly significant in size, can still find a competitive environment before making any large changes to the current systems. This means reinvesting in ranked flex queue integrity with our anti-cheat team and finding a natural way for solo play to connect with ranked flex and Clash. And Riot will provide an update later on in the year if this is realistic. So I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on a potential solo queue only mode and what that might mean for the well-being of solo queue and our mental states as well. Do you think it's going to improve the game? Do you think it's going to be bad for the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And as always guys, if you have not already subscribed to the GameLeap channel, make sure you do so you don't miss any of our future daily season 12 content. And until tomorrow's daily upload, this has been the Jizz. Peace.